UNLV, we're ready to tip it off, and UNLV controls the tip. We'll see this offense that put up 96 points in their last game, came in a losing effort against Fresno State. They can fill it up. Biggest part for Josh Pastner, get it in the paint. Start with the paint touch, and the bucket's good by Kamani Hamilton.
That's what UNLV does, get it in the paint either by dribble or by post touch. Kamani Hamilton can play with the ball in his hands, and also just a quick little turnaround there. UNLV 10th in the country in paint twos over the last 5.
Grand Canyon averaging about 75 points a game. Jaden Henley fires away, misses an offensive rebound controlled by Owosu Anane. He takes the 3 and buries it.
Yeah, look to see UNLV mix these defenses up, come out zone. Grand Canyon, not a great three-point shooting team, but Owosu Anane, that's what he does. He's their mainstay, their glue guy.
Grand Canyon bringing 500 of their students up from Phoenix earlier today. 5 busloads full, you can hear them. And we've got a turnover from UNLV. Nana Owusu Anane, one of the top players for this team. There's the low faithful miss here in the offensive rebound. He is a nightmare on the glass.
Yeah, one of the best offensive rebounders in the conference and potentially in the country. Anytime you give him a second chance, that's their best three-point shooter. If they're going to go zone, he's going to punish UNLV.
Transfer from Brown, get into the corner and out of bounds was Makai Williams. So back-to-back turnovers for UNLV and now Grand Canyon.
Already 2 possessions. Coach Pastner switched the defense up twice. The bottom of the conference in defensive efficiency, and that's what happens. He talked about they need rim protection, but they've also lost 3 or 4 guys, so just trying to figure out different combinations.
Brown trying to drive, got cut off. His fall away, jumper rims in and out. Walter Brown making the start in place of Howie Fleming today. Nine on that shot clock for GCU. The reset for Brian Moore, still in a bit of a pitch count after dealing with a hamstring injury. Got to get going. Yeah, tough shot off the rim, no good. Rebound by Steffen. See what UNLV comes up with against this Loctite defense against GCU. Fall away, Gibbs Lawhorn knocks it through.
And they throw Brian Moore out at him early. But Gibbs Lawhorn, again, not a natural PG, but if you're going to leave him on an island, he's going to dance, he's going to get busy. They might have to throw doubles at him as this game goes on. Can't let him get going early.
20-plus points in 4 of his last 5. Demerol with a paint touch. Demerol fouled by Steffen. And this is pretty from Dre Gibbs Lawhorn from UNLV.
And this is a delayed transition. He pushes across the timeline and just clears out a side and just gets in his little Kobe bag footwork, go to that left, create the space on the baseline to get the angle, and just tough shot, nothing but net. And on this other end, Emmanuel Steffen, Coach Pastner talked to us about, they need more from him as a rim protector. He did a great job that second possession in the show at the point of attack, but he's fouled out his last 2 games. Did his job there, no reason to foul, force Grand Canyon into a tough shot and live.
Demerol knocks the first one through. And Steffen, the transfer from Arizona, just had a hard time staying on the floor consistently over the course of his career. But when he's going at his best, he saw it against Stanford, pull up a double-double. He's only been in double figures 3 times this year. Demerol knocks through a second free throw.
You can see how athletic he is, just how he moves. UNLV as a group, dead last in the conference and close to dead last in the country in free throw rate defensively. They've had a hard time keeping teams off the line.
Good roll by Steffen, but missed the shot, got it back and put it through.
Great start from Steffen, great find. Walter Brown, not really his strength right there, but he's gonna have to step into that role. Great pocket pass, Steffen stays with it.
Looks like we've got a blood issue here from F.A. Demerol, so he'll get attended to. Here's the nice play by Steffen, staying with it.
Again, GCU will give that up all game because UNLV, 1, doesn't have a natural point guard out there. 2, Stephen typically isn't going to make decisions right there. They make the mistake, let him catch it a little too close to the basket, find themselves out of position. You 7-1 that close to the basket, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to keep you away.
Demerol gets the attention that he needed. Still trying to clean up to be a cut on the inside of his mouth.
Got our first cut 3 minutes in. We said it was going to be physical.
Harbinger of things to come, right, Jordan?
I hope not.
Just a flesh wound. GCU's offense alive against Air Force last time out. Again, they've won 5 of the last 6, 10 of 13. Morgas man in the air, good ball fake. Henley puts it on the deck. Henley inside the free throw line, no whistle. Demerol gets the loose ball. And now UNLV going the other way.
Manuel Stephen got away with a foul right there. Very lucky. He did not have to slap down.
Stephen with the right hand, short. Well, there's a lot of body bumping down low with Demerol and Stephen.
Yes, it was. Got away with the double dribble, too.
And we're going to get a foul on Hamilton. You can see the physicality there on that drive by Jaden Henley.
Yeah, and if he's going to do that, that's what he has to do in transition. Defense isn't set. Attack the rim. We talked about the fouling issues for UNLV. He's going to live at the line if UNLV can't get this figured out. But they got to do better with the discipline. You see closing out to Brian Moore. He can shoot. He had a good game against Air Force from beyond the arc, but no reason to close out that wildly.
Henley leans in, no whistle. Thought he got fouled by Brown. Let them play here, getting a feel for what this game is going to be like. Touch pass, Gibbs. Lawhorn lines it up, misses the 3. And the rebound for Owosu Anane.
Great pass there from Hamilton, just a left-hand touch pass on the double.
Can hear the GCU fans. They haven't sat down, they won't all game. Drive, and it's rejected by Stephen. Takes us to our first timeout. UNLV up by 1 on their home floor, trying to pull off an upset against GCU here in Sin City. Fox College Hoops, sponsored by Claude, the AI for problem solvers. Jordan Taylor showing us his dance moves before the game today. Nicely done at center court. I think I just strained a hip thinking about that. See the GCU faithful making their way up from Phoenix. 4.5-hour bus ride this morning. And the Havocs will head right back down to Phoenix after this one is over. They will not sit for the entire game. This is a great crowd.
It is an outstanding crowd. Like you mentioned, a little bit of a conference tournament vibe in here, both sides going at it. But if you catch me dancing like that, my man on the floor, please come get me.
Because we got the stretcher ready for you?
Yeah, stretcher, you know, it's something. Yeah, it's something.
Like I said, I think I hurt my hip joint just watching it.
Yeah, I don't know about the shuffle in the crowd either.
Go down low. Henley was fouled. He got pushed by Walter Brown.
Really heads up coming out of the gate. Coach Drew understood that, again, UNLV is going to foul. Already their third, fourth foul. Nice little out-of-bounds play. Third foul, excuse me. Nice little out-of-bounds play. Back cut, take advantage of the aggressive defense.
Williams for 3. That's good. This is their second make of the game. Second triple for GCU.
If you're UNLV, you live with that. That is a tough shot right there from Williams, but good defense by Gibbs Lawhorn.
Shooting 31% from distance for Makai Williams, transfer out of UT Arlington. Gibbs Lawhorn getting hounded at the moment, gets it across with 6 on the shot clock, leading in, and no good on the drive. That was a good drive by Williamson.
Great drive, but Gibbs Lawhorn got to get rid of that ball just a second earlier when the help came. Williamson would have had a wide open shot.
Dennis Evans coming in out of his periphery. There's a foul. That'll go against Williamson. Makai Williams on the other side knocking down another 3.
See right here, that's just your do-it-yourself kit. Both of these teams bottom of the conference in assist rate, and that's why right there, because they got guys like Makai Williams. This little snatch, get over here. Knock down the 3, tough shot.
Already 14 fouls for UNLV. Getting out of the air, Henley, no foul. There's a lot of contact. Now up ahead for the jam, Kamani Hamilton.
Yeah, Kamani Hamilton might have been able to dunk that on an 11-foot hoop the way his arm was up there. And again, Emmanuel Steffens, maybe a foul, but he does a great job going straight up, trying to stay vertical at the rim. Good discipline from the big fella.
Getting into a zone here for UNLV. Williams. That's a three, and that's good. Another three from Williams.
Again, Kamani Hamilton does a good job at closing out. However, Williams shoots 37% off the dribble, 26% off the catch. Close out short there. Make him make that over your length.
Henley reaching in. It's going to be a foul on Henley. How about the flying ability of Kamani Hamilton?
Yeah, you get the great rim protection from Steffens. Lawhorn gets that out on time. And yeah, go play up on that rim. And again, other side, Hamilton, where you going, young fella? Just step to the side. He's feeling good early.
First foul from GCU. That went against Henley. And he's got a little on the line, having been at UNLV a year ago. Definitely a game that you circle. Gibbs Lawhorn leans in, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Good action right there from UNLV. Play out of that pitch post, get Lawhorn moving. He's fast, he's tough to chase off a pin down, then a handoff. And then a really crafty play by Lawhorn. Jeff, you saw right there, it was good recovery by Stromer, but he kind of stuck his elbow out there at the end into Stromer's arm. That's a vet play right there.
It's a team that lives at the free throw line. They average almost 26 free throw attempts a game. That's the 22nd best mark in the country. But they only shoot 68.5%.
That is a problem when you get there and you live like that. But again, they have 4 guys that average over 3.5 fouls drawn per 40 minutes. So they are an aggressive team. They're an athletic team. Got to convert, though, when you get the chance.
Stromer dials up a 3, rims in and out. The only field goals so far for GCU have been from distance. Gibbs Lawhorn tries to keep it alive, and it's pulled in finally by Owosu Anane. Another rebound for him. That's his 5th.
Keep an eye on that shot. GCU will give that up, but UNLV, that's their bread and butter, so that'll be interesting to see how that progresses.
Williams, deep 3, short. His first miss from distance. Gibbs Lawhorn on the take, kicks it into the corner. Now a 3 off the mark. UNLV keeps it alive, and that's good. Good hustle by Hamilton.
Kamani Hamilton off to a good start. Brings a lot of different things to the table. He can attack the rim, get on that offensive glass. Right there, Nas Cunningham got to go extra one time. Walter Brown at a wide open 3.
Henley just threw it away, was getting harassed offensively. Another turnover from GCU. Open look from 3. That's good by Gibbs Lawhorn. Timeout, GCU.
That is the Achilles heel of this Grand Canyon defense. When you can get a turnover and you find Gibbs Lawhorn in transition, that is trouble. And there's Hamilton on the glass, just being the tougher guy. You got to win that battle. And then Lawhorn got started early, still going.
UNLV with a quick 4-0 lead, 12:27 to go in this first half. Let's go in the huddle with Josh Pastner and the Running Rebels.
Our changing of defenses has kept us off balance. You've got that?
Keeping on that offensive glass is a recipe for success for this UNLV team. They're bringing the aggression right now. The only thing you would change if UNLV, they've given up 3 offensive rebounds themselves, led to 6 GCU points. You take that away and the tough step back by Williams. This is the defensive effort that Coach Pastner wanted.
They're going to give Grand Canyon the 3s. They have not made a shot inside the 3-point line at the Antelopes to this point. 3 out of 6 from distance. They'll live with that, there's no doubt.
And you got to give up threes. You got to give up the right threes, too, as well, of course. And again, with Mekhi Williams, you want to let him be a catch-and-shoot guy. Better off the dribble. Everybody else, just show a hand, short close, don't give up a three. Just make it tough.
Use the zone from UNLV defensively. 7 to shoot. Inside, Breidenbach. He's got to go with it. Left hand. That's a nice shot. The two-time transfer, started at Nebraska, then Washington, now GCU.
Nas Cunningham got to stay on the ground right there. Make Breidenbach make a tougher move, but a heads-up play by the vet. Get to the left hand right there. Crafty.
He only scored 8 points in his last 6 games combined. There's a three by Hamilton. In and out. Trying to keep it alive was Benarbi. Couldn't do it. Into the corner. Moore for 3. Off the back of the iron.
Great job right there by Brown. Close out short. Understand Moore can make shots, but not a knockdown shooter. Good game plan discipline.
Gibbs Lawhorn from the elbow. No good. Gibbs Lawhorn with 7 of the 15 for UNLV. Hamilton sitting on 6 points. Stromer trying to go baseline. Left hand, not enough English. Gibbs Lawhorn trying to get downhill, lost it. UNLV keeps the possession alive. Cunningham has a size advantage. Cunningham leans in, and it goes.
Nas Cunningham not going to be denied right there. That is really good defense. Again, GCU, a little bit of a fouling problem at times themselves this year. I don't know how that went in the basket, to be honest with you right there. A little bit of bad luck from Brian Moore as well. Cunningham just kind of threw his arm into Moore's, but a tough finish from the freshman.
Freshman eligible, transfer from Alabama. He could score, put up 25 earlier this year against Chattanooga and converts on the three-point play. Back to a 5-point lead for UNLV.
UNLV got a couple of these young guys, long athletic guys who are young, learning the game, and when they figure it out.
Nice drive, but couldn't finish with the left hand. Brian Moore thought he was fouled. Instead, we're going the other way. Gibbs Lawhorn doing everything on his own. Floater goes.
And that's what GCU will give up. But Gibbs Lawhorn 2 for 4 in that range of the court right now. Really crafty, snake in jail. You freeze the big, make him make a decision.
We got a whistle on Hamilton. Hamilton picks up his second. Here's the drive from Gibbs Lawhorn.
See, watch him snake right there. And Benarbi does a great job at sprinting right to the rim, forces Breidenbach to make a decision. Can't come up and contest. And from 6 to 8 feet right there, Gibbs Lawhorn will eat all day. And on the other end, Hamilton, that second foul is huge. And that is absolutely what UNLV had to avoid. Let's see how they respond.
Bring Isaac Williamson back in. Into the corner for 3. And it's good again. Nwosu Anane knocks another triple down.
He'll take that corner 3 all day long. Shoots it better when contested, actually, but they are so open, knocks it down. Williamson just a little late getting there.
Gibbs Lawhorn from the wing. That one's short. Henley with a board. Henley still without a bucket. He's 0 for his first 4. He has not had a lot of space. Nwosu Anane drives and 1.
Oh,
mean mugging as he jammed that one home.
Oh, my. Johnny Gill somewhere super proud, but that tough close out. He's knocked down the last 2. Got to run him off the line. Heads up play by the vet. And goes and gets nasty on that rim. And this right here, why you had to close out. That's his second corner pocket 3. He's getting a little funky, staring down a couple UNLV players, feeling good right now.
It's the beauty of this rivalry now in the Mountain West. The first time these two teams have met against each other as Mountain West opponents. They've played against each other 6 times previously, none since the 11-12 season, but with the realignment and all the new schools that are going to be coming in to the Mountain West, this rivalry, you add in New Mexico, those are the 3 teams that really have to carry the torch in the Mountain West moving forward.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. Obviously, the proximity is going to be cool in the desert. And then these coaches as well. They're going to get players. They're going to get guys. They already have them now. So something that's going to be very exciting for years to come.
Gibbs Lawhorn on the drive, no good. Steffen with another offensive rebound. Had 4 offensive boards in the last game. Gibbs Lawhorn wide open, buries the 3, and he is staring right at the bench of GCU.
That's one of the hardest actions in basketball, the guard. When you have a downhill guard like Williamson and a scorer like Lawhorn in that ghost action, what are you going to do? That's great job by Lawhorn to come with speed and cause that confusion.
A dozen for Gibbs Lawhorn. 5-point lead for UNLV. Williams trying to sneak free. Breidenbach for 3. Off the back of the iron, Owusu Anane, fresh 20. Now a drive. Kick it back out. Henley for 3. Not to be from Jaden Henley so far. Bodies all over the place.
Great job by Cunningham to understand Owusu Anane wide open, force that extra pass to the non-shooter.
In transition, the 3, the catch and shoot good by Isaac Williamson.
UNLV in transition shoots at 5 percentage points better than in the half court, 37%. They got their rhythm. You find open guys. Great find by Gibbs Lawhorn.
Down the shoot and the dunk. Williams fly through. That was Moore who was down the lane and able to find some space. And an and-one opportunity for Brian Moore. Wow.
Brian Moore, UNLV has had some problems with the reject right there. Good flip by Breidenbach. Steffen wasn't ready for it, and Moore goes and rocks the rim. GCU down 6, but a little momentum after that.
Six-point lead right now for UNLV here in Las Vegas. 7:48 to go in the first half, and Dre Gibbs Lawhorn with a dozen so far for the Rebels.
Yeah, Coach Drew said they're going to have to throw a lot at him, but right now, Gibbs Lawhorn does not care what he's seeing. See the little Kobe work, spin, transition 3. I got that too. And then right here, let me get in the snake. True PG. I got the float game for you. And then here, screen, switch. Oh, no, I'm out of there. Let me get to space. Gibbs Lawhorn showing a little bit of everything right now in the desert.
28 in his last game against Fresno State. Came in a losing effort, did foul out. I mean, this is a team that committed 35 fouls and have 5 different players foul out in that wild game in Fresno last time out. But now trying to avenge that loss, a team that has lost 4 in a row. They're playing great at the moment as Brian Moore is at the line trying to convert on a 3-point play after that dunk. And Moore knocks it through to make it a 5-point contest.
It's a great response from a UNLV team. That loss to Fresno is absolutely gut-wrenching. Good to know it didn't stick with them too long. Turn the page. Good start here against GCU.
Gibbs Lawhorn behind the screen. Keeping it alive for a second opportunity. Bernarbi.
And that action going to be tough to guard. Running Gibbs Lawhorn through all those screens. Moore gets caught up. Wide open. GCU falls asleep on the rebound, and Bernarbi makes him pay. Good shuffle pass.
Now Green with the bucket, just on the floor for the first time. Henley with a nice little bump there from Williamson. Now Henley, pull up 3, no good. Still without a bucket for Jaden Henley. He's 0 for 6.
Settle for a couple threes. UNLV has the athleticism to match up with him. Great job in game plan discipline.
Gibbs Lawhorn is just following Bernarbi right now. It's a moving screen that Bernarbi is allowing for Gibbs Lawhorn just to follow.
Half moving screen, half called Gortat screen a little bit. When you set that, you roll hard. You try and set the screen a second time, but Gibbs Lawhorn masterful.
Quick timeout on the floor from GCU. UNLV starting to open it up. They're up by 9.
And it starts with Gibbs Lawhorn, but first it's the offensive rebound. And Gibbs Lawhorn doing a great job snaking, finding a soft spot in the zone. He'll live there all day.
Trash talking big time. Jaden Henley, who transferred from UNLV to GCU, getting averaging better than 17 points a game, 6th best in the conference, but nothing so far.
Team effort from UNLV to ice him out right now. It's been rim protection. It's been physical defense on the perimeter and all.
Williams throws it away as he was trying to get it to Stromer in the corner. Another turnover from GCU. That's their 4th. See Bryce Drew working with Jaden Henley right now. They're going to need him. They want to have a shot to come back in this one. Down by 9, still so much time left. Williamson for 3. No good, tapped and controlled by Owusu Anane. 7 rebounds now for him.
GCU getting lucky. What happens on that handoff is the big has to step out for a second. Bernarbi and Steffens doing a great job of using that advantage to get to the offensive glass.
3 ball. In and out. Soft rim didn't go for him.
Drag screen coming right here.
And we'll get a whistle. They'll get Williams reaching in on Gibbs Lawhorn. Just the 5th team foul for GCU. GCU already in the bonus. The free throws coming the rest of the way for the Lopes.
GCU gonna have to consider adjusting on these ball screens. They're 14th biggest team in the country.
Bernarbi going right at the big and 1.
Heads up play there by Bernarbi. Again, these GCU bigs are having a hard time with these handoffs. Evans a little step to his right when Williamson runs by, and Bernarbi just heads up, puts it on the deck, little spin out, maybe a little push off, but it doesn't matter. Gets it to the glass. Outside the longer Evans. The problem for GCU right now is a little bit of a schematic issue because they like to give up that mid-range, and for most teams that's fine, right? Most coaches are gonna shoot 3s or layups. UNLV will live very healthily in that 10 to 15 foot range. So they're gonna have to think about being higher on the screen or showing or switching, but something's gonna have to change for GCU.
7-0 run right now for UNLV. Get it down low. Demerol. And his right hand no good. Gets his own rebound, though. It's out of bounds off of UNLV.
Great defense by Bernarbi right there. Just got to clean up the glass, but did a great job staying down. Demerol does a great job at going after it.
Coming up on 5 minutes to go in this first half. Owusu Anane dials up another 3. It's short. Demerol at position, and he puts it back in.
That's what GCU has to do, start leaning on them, use his size. Demerol does a great job, back-to-back possessions. That's how GCU is living right now. Offensive glass, second chance points.
Green had it tapped away by Williams. He did not fall asleep on that backdoor cut this time. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
See Coach Passner out at half court, imploring Bernarbi keep GCU off the glass. The only way that they're getting to it right now. 8 of their 23 in second chance points.
Williams checks out. Jaden Henley back on the floor. Let's see if he can get out of his funk offensively. 8 to shoot. Cunningham, a long 2 and a brick.
Yeah, just a forced shot right there, but Brian Moore did a great job being physical with Lawhorn that whole possession.
Stromer fouled by Cunningham, and Stromer will go to the line. Free throws coming the rest of the way, as mentioned, for GCU. So Stromer heads to the line, where he's an 84% free throw shooter.
Stromer's got a nice game. Really good shooter, 57% from 3 in transition. struggles a little bit in the half court because of the ability to not have to help off so much. GCU doesn't do a great job moving the ball, so I think that affects his percentage, but he's also really good at putting it on the deck, as you saw right there.
That one rims in and out. 84%, but not good on the front end of a 1-and-1. Williamson going right at Stromer and a foul.
That's just a grown man move right there from Williamson. Said, forget playing basketball, man. We're going to go right to the gridiron with it. Puts his head down. Puts the pressure on the defense. Move. Come over, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's a strong, tough move.
Looked like they called the foul on Demerol. He picks up his first. 10-point lead right now for UNLV. Williamson rattles the first one through.
There's Stromer right there, and you get square up, good defense. You got to go down right there. I know some guys aren't necessarily for all the flopping, but I don't know how much that would have been a flop. If he would have gone down, he might have ended up in the cameraman's lap.
Williamson, young talented freshman from Moreno Valley, Southern California, out in the Inland Empire. Knocks a couple of free throws through. Lead is a dozen for UNLV.
Oh.
And it's going to be a turnover. Gibbs Lawhorn forcing Brian Moore to pick it up.
A little bit of an awkward play right there. I think Moore was going to get rid of it, just change hands and put it back down.
Yeah, not allowed to do that.
You are not. That is, in fact, illegal.
That is frowned upon. So Moore checks out. Makai Williams back in.
Gibbs Lawhorn well aware of the rule book as well, as you saw.
UNLV doing everything right so far. Tapped away. Benarby still has it. Cunningham now with 5 on the shot clock, and it's taken away by Henley.
That's KYP by Benarby right there. Understand you got Gibbs Lawhorn. You got to swing that. You can't go to Cunningham. Get it to your playmaker.
Henley spinning. Gives it to Williams. Williams lost it. Out of bounds. Off of Williams, and another turnover. That's the 6th for the Lopes. UNLV on their home floor up a dozen against Grand Canyon. The Great American Race returns with back-to-back champion William Byron looking for a historic three-peat. Doesn't get bigger than this. 68th running of the Daytona 500, February the 15th, only on Fox. 12-point lead right now for UNLV. Bryce Drew not pleased with the officiating at the moment, just trying to get his team back into this ballgame and maybe drawing some fouls against UNLV. And for Grand Canyon, their first year in the Mountain West after coming over from the WAC, and they have really acquitted themselves well. 8-3 so far. Outstanding defensive efficiency. And you've got Jaden Henley, one of the top scorers in the conference, but he is putting up a 0 thus far. And you look at some of the other teams that have switched conferences thus far, Jordan, and you know, Grand Canyon right up there with Seattle and UMass and Missouri State. Only Delaware, the only team that does not have a winning record that has switched conferences.
Yeah, and it's always tough to do so just because there is a change of style. What Coach Drew has always done, it kind of offset the style of the rest of the league everywhere he's gone. Here in Mountain West, not a ton. Known as a defensive coach, a lot of great defensive teams in the league. They've turned teams over less this year, but they're still a stalwart on defense because of their ability to rebound the basketball defensively. And tonight, 5 offensive rebounds at UNLV, not doing what has gotten them to their great start in a new conference.
Got to find a way to lock down on Gibbs Lawhorn. There he is right at the free throw line, fouled. They'll count the bucket, and we're going to get a technical against Bryce Drew of GCU. So Gibbs Lawhorn knocks down the shot, and he wants to hear some more from the UNLV faithful. Then Bryce Drew picks up a technical. So that John just wasn't during the timeout. It continued.
I think Coach Drew a bit incredulous to some of these screens that are getting set for Gibbs Lawhorn. Gibbs Lawhorn is going to have to do what Aaron Rodgers did for his linemen and take care of them. They are setting some monster screens right now to free him up, and they can do so because they know GCU is going to be in that deep drop.
2 free throws for Gibbs Lawhorn. GCU basketball. Here is the technical foul on Bryce Drew. He just kept going after the officials.
You see Benarby right there. You see that screen he set on Stromer. That was a monster, and Coach Drew immediately upset.
Stromer on the other end knocks down a 3. There's your answer.
That is an answer, and a mistake from UNLV. No reason to help up the floor, understanding that's where Stromer is great. 57% in transition again, but that's how you get started, getting those type of shots for GCU.
Gibbs Lawhorn, deep 3. No good. Another rebound to Wosu Anade. He's got 8.
Gibbs Lawhorn missed the opportunity to attack that lane line.
Williams won't get it to go, but he'll go to the line. Gibbs Lawhorn picks up the foul. That is his first. Here's the Stromer 3.
You see Gibbs Lawhorn and Williamson double. They leave Stromer wide open. He's going to make you pay most of the time. And then what may seem subtle on the other end, Gibbs Lawhorn has it going. He's open on that 3. Demeral's closing out. He takes the 3. He could have gotten down that lane line, got a layup. It's a long rebound. GCU's back in transition where they're at their best. And that's how they're going to get back in this game. So UNLV, be very careful on shot selection here moving forward.
Williams misses the front end. So far, 3 out of 6 from the free throw line for GCU. One out of 2 for Williams.
We talked about that free throw battle early on. UNLV 8 for 8 from the line.
Again, a team that only shoots 69% as a team. Gibbs Lawhorn bleeding into the paint. Nice touch off the window.
That is so tough. If you're a guard at home watching, or a big, great screen again by Benarby, but just a little subtle bump in the middle of the paint and then the sidestep, get it up over the big. So good from Gibbs Lawhorn.
20 in the first half for Gibbs Lawhorn. No whistle. Williams thought he got hacked. He did not. Almost half the points for UNLV scored by Gibbs Lawhorn, and a foul by Williams. The GCU faithful are up in arms as Williams just picked up his 3rd.
And watch Gibbs Lawhorn right here. Jail again, just quick bump, separate. Same foot, same leg, high off the glass. That is a professional scorer right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And Josh Pastor's going to take a timeout, and Williams can't believe that he just picked up his 3rd foul. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back in 30 seconds to Sin City. $14-point lead for UNLV right now, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Some fun action right here that you like, Jordan.
Yeah, it's the pick and roll from Dre Gibbs Lawhorn. You see, he knows in that deep drop, he has everything under that free throw line right there, and he can take his time getting to it. He missed early a couple, started 1 for 3 on those little pull-ups and those floaters, but now he knows he can get to that every single time. GCU hasn't adjusted yet. And when you know your shot's coming and where they're coming from, you can just premeditate, and that's how you end up with 20 in the first half. And he's looking like he might go for 50.
He took 13 shots in the entire game against Fresno State. It was 10 out of 13. It's going to be out of bounds off of Demerol. It's going to stay with UNLV. Gibbs Lawhorn's already taken 14 shots in this first half.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things for GCU. They play a certain way, and they have a certain personnel. It's hard to adjust. You may have to consider even going small, Owusu Anana at the 5 potentially, but
corner 3, no good. And a held ball. It'll be GCU basketball with the possession arrow.
That's outstanding by Isaac Williamson. Even though it's GCU basketball, we just talked about shot selection. And you get Cunningham with a corner 3, not necessarily his strength, but Williamson slows down the break by hitting the offensive glass, causing the tie-up. Heads-up play and a great effort from the guard.
Henley still has yet to score a point. Henley trying to create space, and a little bump there from Williamson. We got free throws coming for Henley. Maybe this is a way for him to get himself going.
Yeah, got to get to the line. That's the best way for a scorer to get going. Find your rhythm there, get your confidence, although it doesn't, looks like they're going to get Demerol going to the line.
Foul was away from the contact that Henley was absorbing, so Demerol will go to the line instead.
Jeff, you see the difference in how UNLV is guarding that ball screen. They're a little bit closer up to touch on Henley. So when he tries to get into a jail, it gives Williamson, it gives those UNLV guards time to get back in front. The issue on the other end, again, not to belabor the point, but GCU is so deep in that drop that the guards have no chance right now.
2 for 2 from Demerol at the stripe. He's got 6 points in this first half, a 12-point lead for UNLV. As GCU goes into the zone. Gibbs Lawhorn for 3. Another opportunity for UNLV. Cunningham into the corner. There's a 3. Not good for Green. Here come the Lopes. Moore to Demerol. Moore's got it back. Stromer 3. Got it. Boy, do the Lopes need that to go.
Yeah, Stromer giving them a great spark. You get the ball moving side to side, a little handoff. All he needs is a little bit of space. That's pure right there. And the zone looking like it might give UNLV a little trouble.
Cunningham, too strong, tapped up into the air. Demerol controls. Under a minute to go in this first half. Trying to cut into that deficit that has been as large as 16 for UNLV.
Henley's got to play with a little more pace right there.
Owusu Anane falls away, no good. Tapped out of bounds, it'll stay with GCU. Demerol fired up for a second opportunity.
Demerol's been on this glass since the start of the game, giving them that spark. Stromer knocking down shots as well. Owusu Anane, you know what you're going to get, but Henley just looks a little lethargic right now. He's walking the ball across the court. 53 seconds when he caught that. Come with pace, try and get downhill. You'll get a 2-for-1 as well.
Henley creates space, knocks down the jumper. First points of the game for Henley.
And sometimes you just got to force it right there. Gives Isaac Williamson a little taste of his own medicine. A little get back from Stromer earlier. Just that shoulder. Get off him.
Senior against the freshman there. Zone again from GCU. The 4-second difference, shot clock, game clock. Williamson, deep 3. Got it. You want that? I'll answer.
Huge shot for UNLV when it looked like their offense was stalling in this zone.
Back to a 10-point lead. Time winding down in the first half. Into the corner. Henley for 3. An air ball. And UNLV leads by 10 at the break.
Outstanding game plan discipline right there. They squeezed the pick and roll. Williamson not letting them get downhill in transition because they haven't turned the ball over as well.
So if you're GCU, how do you get yourselves back in this ball game? More importantly, how do you stop Gibbs Lawhorn?
You got to adjust. You got to be up at the level. You got to force him to do something other than score, take the ball out of his hands, and then turn them over and turn those missed shots into transition points.
Hamilton did not play very much in that first half because of foul trouble. He picked up 2 early and played just 10 minutes. Already a whistle on the first possession of the second half.
His stat line looks pedestrian, to your point. 2 fouls. We were kind of earmarked that as concern, 6 and 1, but he was playing well.
Hamilton, an air ball, trying to keep it alive. UNLV does so, and a foul on that loose ball. And they'll pick up more with the foul. That'll be his first.
And it's an Emmanuel Steffen, again, who also played. Him and Bernarby both played tremendous minutes for UNLV, beating up that offensive glass. He keeps it alive right there and creates another possession. He's got to stay out of foul trouble as well.
Steffen had 2 fouls in 8 minutes, had 4 boards. Bernarby had 8 rebounds in 12 minutes for UNLV. Here's a drive by Hamilton, kicks it into the corner. That's a 3, and it's good from Walter Brown.
That is high level right there from Kamani Hamilton. Put 2 feet in the paint. Coach Passner said that's what they got to do. Then realize the defense is collapsed. Find your shooter.
Someone's open for GCU instead of drive, and a foul, a blocking foul on UNLV. Great ball movement here from UNLV to find the open man in Brown.
Yeah, and again, this is UNLV is second to last in the conference in assist rate. But you see, they love that inverted screen, the guard on the big. And when he gets in the paint, Hamilton, he finds a shooter in Brown. Now, normally that's Howie Fleming Jr., who's only 30% from three. Sub in Brown, who's a knockdown three-point shooter, and that gives them another element.
Again, Brown not available today for UNLV. Transfer from UTRGV at 23, 9, and 6. The 6 were steals in the loss against Fresno State. But not available today. That's why Brown's starting.
And look for that action a lot in the second half. With Hamilton back in the lineup, Gibbs Lawhorn, as well as he's going right now, him setting screens as opposed to coming off of it.
How about the drive on the baseline? Good for Owosu Anane. He's in double figures now.
Again, great recognition. They know he's a shooter. Got to run him off the line. That's what makes his game so good. 78% of his shots from three are at the rim.
Change-up shot there from Hamilton. No good off the front of the iron. 11-point lead for UNLV. Demerol running the floor and a foul.
Great pass there from Henley. That's exactly what you talk about. You get the shot from Hamilton. It's a three. Not a bad shot, but it comes down the other end. And Stephen, puts his left hand right there on the back of Demerol. Clean up top, pushed him down low. I think the right call from the official.
Stephen immediately looked over at Josh Passer and said, challenge it. Yeah, we can't challenge that one. The foul was called, so Demerol at the line and knocks the first one through.
I know refs are happy I wasn't playing when you could challenge. I would have been doing that every single chance I got, man.
Bo Ryan was happy, too.
Well, he had enough to deal with me anyway.
There's no doubt. F.A. Demerol, 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Much of his damage today has been from the free throw line, where he's 6 for 6. 8.6 boards. The freshman out of Turkey.
Played for the storied Anadolu Efes EuroLeague club out there.
Gibbs Lawhorn bleeding in from the elbow. High arcing shot, no good. Demerol trying to keep it alive. It's in the hands of Hamilton, and a fresh 20 for UNLV.
And that's the challenge. That time Demerol's up at the screen a little bit more fights, forces a tougher shot, but again, Steffens gets in behind, tips it out.
6 to shoot. Williamson for 3. Steffen keeps it alive. Steffen lost it on the way up. And the Lopes are on the move. Had 0 fast break points in the first half. And it's going to be out of bounds. UNLV basketball.
That's 8th turnover there for GCU. That's got to take advantage there. Steffens did a great job hitting the glass. Kind of unfortunate, fell down. It's hard to keep control of that 7-1 frame sometime, but then GCU just throws it away. Missed opportunity.
You can tell how springy Steffen is when he's on the floor. I mean, athleticism for days. One of the most highly touted freshmen out of his senior year of high school. Taking some time for him to get back on the floor, though.
NBA Africa is a top 100 kid, and you can see why. A lot of programs wanted him because of his ability to offensive rebound, put pressure on that rim.
Gibbs Lawhorn, high arcing shot is good that time over Breitenbach.
That is pretty right there. Gibbs Lawhorn does a fantastic job, keeps the dribble. A lot of guards pick that up in that situation. He keeps it, forces the switch, and then gets back to that sweet spot. Tough little fade.
22 of 49 floater was altered by Gibbs Lawhorn. Tough shot there by Makai Williams, who's on the floor with 3 fouls. Putting a lot of attention on Gibbs Lawhorn on this end of the floor, and an offensive foul on UNLV.
Coach Drew, not a huge reaction right there, but somewhere deep in his heart, I know he was like, thank you, finally. He's been asking for that. See, just maybe not. And Gibbs Lawhorn so good at probing. See it right there. Just keep your dribble. You force the switch from Breidenbach. He can't stay with you in space. A lot of guards right there would have just picked it up, got the swing. And again, high-level score, high-level IQ from Gibbs Lawhorn.
And another turnover. That's the 9th for the Lopes. Brown in transition, no whistle. Henley may not be scoring, but he is playing good defense. Nice passing, and the reverse is good by Moore.
There you go, GCU get in transition off the steal. Great job by Henley to make up for the mistake by GCU before. Heads up play by Brown not to foul there as well.
First fast break points of the game for GCU. Bernarby into the corner. Brown for 3. Another offensive rebound for UNLV. Hamilton with the jam.
Oh my goodness. Kamani Hamilton. Talk about springy. Again on that offensive glass, UNLV has lived there. GCU, one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the country. You think Kamani Hamilton cares? I don't.
"11 offensive rebounds for UNLV today. Henley trying to sneak free and find his offense. Nice behind the back play. Hounded as he got it in the paint. Stromer for 3, no good, and he will go to the line. 3 free throws coming for Stromer. Down 11. GCU trying to come back in this one on the road. "11-point lead right now for UNLV. Just down the road, that's T-Mobile Arena, one of the sites for the Crown Tournament. College basketball Crown is coming back for year 2. 8 teams from the top conferences. Put it all on the line live from Las Vegas, exclusively on Fox and FS1. Buy your tickets now in the Vivid Seats app or at vividseats.com. These were the last 4 standing, with Nebraska winning the Crown a year ago. God, the year Nebraska's having. Another win today, number 9 in the country as we started action today. Number 10 in the net. Villanova at 17-5, had a good year in the Big East. UCF and Boise State in the Mountain West Conference.
You know, in Nebraska for a second there, it looked like they weren't going to lose.
Yeah.
Like they were going to run the table. Of course, a couple injuries took them down. Villanova playing really well in the Big East. Couple tough losses to UConn, and of course UCF and Boise State. That's great for the Crown. You know, maybe that's the step if you're going. You got to play in that to tune up for the next season.
Coming up the beginning part of April, the Crown here in Las Vegas. Vegas also hosting the Mountain West Championship. And Stromer misses the first of 3 free throws. Was fouled on a 3-point attempt right before that last timeout as Bryce Drew trying to get his team back in it. Stromer's missed a couple from the free throw line, where he's an 84% free throw shooter on the season. In the game, 9 out of 13 for GCU. Two for 3 for Stromer. Cuts the deficit to single digits. UNLV has led by as many as 16 in the game.
Keep an eye on that. 5 free throws early in the second half for GCU and 5 personal fouls already for UNLV.
Gibbs Lawhorn feeds down low and a turnover. Just the 4th in the game for UNLV.
Great job by Breidenbach being at the level right there, forcing the extra pass. Don't let Gibbs Lawhorn make the play. Force Barnaby too. You end up with the turnover.
The Havocs trying to wreak some havoc here on the road. 500 GCU kids. Oh, nice pass underneath Henley. Henley looking for space, had it rejected. Williamson with a block.
Williamson at 6'1" was not even thinking about that pump fake from Henley. Great timing.
Gibbs Lawhorn rises, no good. Another offensive rebound for the Rebs. Williamson on the curl, short on his 3. It pops out to Stromer, and a foul on Williamson. That's the 6th team foul on UNLV.
Second back-to-back on Williamson.
His 4th in the game. That's a big deal.
That is a huge deal. The way he's been playing, the way he's been guarding Henley. Kai Williams as well. So that's one of their best defenders. Going to go to the bench. He's had tremendous contribution, knocking some threes down as well.
Williamson and Steffen each with 4 fouls for UNLV. They had 5 players foul out of the game against Fresno State. Henley, nice pass. Breidenbach had it ripped away. Owusu Anane had it blocked on the weak side. It's a block party here in Vegas. Gibbs Lawhorn floater, no good. Second opportunity now off the rebound of Brown. It's off of Brown, GCU basketball.
Great job by GCU to swarm right there after the offensive rebound, but UNLV on this defensive end living on a prayer right now. They are getting fortunate, using their athleticism as well, but can only live so long, giving up some of these back cuts and wide open layups.
Stromer probing now. It's Henley. Henley for 3. Off the mark, Henley has made just 1 shot. He's now 1 for 10 in the game. Gibbs Lawhorn lost it on the way up. He's been quiet in the second half, just 2 points after putting up 20 in the first half. There's Stromer for 3, in and out. And the rebound by Benarbi. Benarbi with 12 rebounds.
Don't love that if you're Coach Drew. Stromer can stroke it, of course. Better off the catch and shoot than off the dribble. Can get a better one than that.
He's got a puzzling look on his face on the far side of the floor. Does Bryce Drew spinning Hamilton. Hamilton trying to use the glass, no whistle, and it will be an offensive foul on Hamilton. And I believe the officials are going to go take another look at a potential shot to the head and neck area. Owusu Anane slow to get up, and the officials will go take a look. Oh, it came down real hard. That's where the foul came in.
I don't think anything malicious right there, just not quite keeping control. Again, you talk about these guys, these are long wingspans, athletic guys, man. Sometimes you got limbs flailing, so nothing malicious, but definitely a shot to the head. And more importantly, probably as long as Owusu Anane is okay, 3rd foul on Kamani Hamilton.
And we'll see if the officials upgrade this to either a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2. As of now, just a common foul. Get the call from our officials.
The ruling on the floor is a offensive foul on Black 2. The play is under review.
Andy O'Brien, our lead official, explaining to the crowd what's going on. And again, take a look at the contact here, Jordan, see if there's anything to get that malicious contact to upgrade it.
Yeah, he's just coming down right there. Unintentional, but could definitely meet the criteria there. Just
it's tough to tell intent as this place has turned into a dance party for the Havocs. Again, 500 Antelopes coming up from Phoenix early this morning via bus. They're going to head right back on the buses after the game today.
See UNLV getting in on it too. I kind of want to dance a little bit too. That's a little bit of a banger. As soon as they saw their man Owusu Anane's okay, they busted out the phones and got busy. So it's always a party in Arizona, ain't it?
I mean, do you have to say it's never a party in Vegas either?
Well, sometimes.
Don't have to tempt me with a good time. So here comes the call from the officials.
After review, the ruling on the floor is a flagrant foul on Black 2. 2 shots for Blue 31. Grand Canyon ball baseline, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
So Owusu Anane will go to the free throw line after that common foul was upgraded to a flagrant 1.
And I think these fouls are always questionable, you know. Sometimes, you know, does it meet the letter of the law? I think that one does. Again, not intentional, but definitely unnecessary.
So Kamani Hamilton came down with both hands, and the reaction to the call, he couldn't believe it, almost had a spit take.
I think as a player, you always have this association with intentionally dirty with some of those calls.
Yeah.
And of course it wasn't, but tough one.
Well, and now coming off the last game, too, against Fresno State, where there were 6 technical fouls, 3 flagrant fouls between the two teams. This is a game that UNLV wants to win, right? They've lost 4 games in a row. You don't want things to go south.
And this is that inflection point when it starts to go south right here. Grand Canyon on a little bit of a run, even though Grand Canyon hasn't had a field goal in the last 3 minutes, but they're getting to that free throw line. And again, anytime that whistle blows on defense for UNLV, you're at the line for the rest of the game.
Just a 7-point deficit. Grand Canyon just won for their last 7 from the floor. Williams.
Good adjustment here from Coach Passner, going zone. Try and pack it in, force GCU to make jump shots.
7 to shoot. Williams trying to get free of Cunningham, lost it. And there's a whistle with 2.3 seconds on the shot clock. And if they get Hamilton, that is his 4th. And it is on Hamilton. So he joins the duo of Williamson and Steffen with 4 fouls. Oh, they called it, they called it on GCU, not on Hamilton.
Yeah, I think Mekhi Williams, as he was going to the floor, grabbed Hamilton.
So it is on Williams, and that is his 4th.
Which is huge as well. That's
even bigger.
Big call.
I picked up the wrong number 2 there. My apologies.
There's a lot of bodies down there. Tough to see. And UNLV's gone back to that handoff with Lawhorn. GCU's adjusted by top blocking and playing physical, not letting them get it.
Hamilton leans in, no good. Henley with the rebound. Henley has been quiet all day, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. So again, Mekhi Williams picked up the foul in this last possession. He lost it on the way down, and then he grabs Hamilton. That's where the foul came in.
Yeah, lost the ball, and then just in desperation, it's kind of a natural reaction, and he knows it's super frustrated right there. But again, UNLV comes down. Good job by Brian Moore Jr. to not let Gibbs Lawhorn even get the ball. They run that little pinch post action, try and send him underneath the basket and run him out. More top locks, plays physical. Lawhorn just Gibbs Lawhorn gives up on the play. And on the other end, again, now this is the Jaden Henley we know. You get in transition, he just puts his head down. He's at the free throw line. He knows it the rest of the game. UNLV is going to have to adjust.
Saw those fouls starting to stack up. Gibbs Lawhorn with just 2 points in the second half. Gibbs Lawhorn, no good. Henley with another board and a foul. And if that's on Hamilton, and that one indeed is on Hamilton. That is his 4th, and a cheapie there. Starting to tighten up here in Vegas. It's a 5-point game. Five-point lead for UNLV. Kamani Hamilton with 4 fouls, cheering on his team. Not going to see a lot of him down the stretch. Let's go in the huddle with Josh Pastner.
We're at 6 kills right now. We got to get a kill this next possession. Okay? We got to get kills. That's the bottom line. All right. All right. Yeah. Sure. Hey, there's 3 rounds left.
There's 3 rounds left to go. They just got knocked out in that last round. It was all GCU. Again, UNLV did a fantastic job that first half, winning the physicality battle, won the free throw battle, held their own on the rebounding battle. But right now, don't look up. GCU's 14 free throws made, 18 in the game, 8 of 9 in this half, with 2 coming right here.
Opponents average almost 27 free throws against UNLV on the season as Henley knocks down the first. He's 1 for 10 from the floor today, but he's perfect from the free throw line. If he's going to contribute, if he's not making his shots, he better start making his free throws and getting attempts. And what he's done so much better, Jordan, in the second half is get to the line.
he's got to the line, but he's getting there with pace.
On loose ball picked up by Owusu Anane, and a three from Moore, no good.
Owusu Anane is one of the best offensive rebounders after free throws in the country. It's a crazy stat, but you see it pulling up right there. But again, with Henley, it's the way he's doing. He's playing with a little bit more pace, a little bit more energy, getting in transition.
Double-double for Owusu Anane as Gibbs Lawhorn gets to the cup. 4 in the second half now for Gibbs Lawhorn after he had 20 in the first half.
Here's where the chess match breaks out. GCU adjusted, started top blocking, wasn't letting him get in the ball as easy. There they put him in the corner instead of under the basket.
Set up the lob, and Henley is there to convert on the other side.
That 1-3-1 or 2-3 zone, that's been there all game. Great find by Brian Moore Jr.
Into the corner, whip pass. Green tries baseline, and the drive put together by Bernarbi.
That is a great patience there by Al Green. It's a great name as well, but he's a knockdown shooter. A little love and happiness from him right there. The patience find a cutting Bernarbi.
He's crooning right there on that pass. Get it down low inside that zone, and the jumper is good by Owusu Anane.
GCU starting to settle in. That zone was giving them problems. They put Owusu Anane right in that middle. He can make that shot. Bit of an uncomfortable shot for a lot of guys nowadays.
Just a 4-point game again. UNLV led by as many as 16. Halfway finished in this second half. And a foul down low. Owusu Anane picks up the foul. Al Green doing his best, singing his tune on this pass.
Oh, love and happiness. Just dropping my man off Bernarbi right there. And then Owusu Anane, middle of the floor. A little 13-footer. That's old school right there. But again, a beautiful part of his game. Most of his shots we mentioned, rim or three, but consistent from there too.
There's a three by Brown, and it finds the bottom.
How about Walter Brown coming in, getting the start because of injury. All he's done is make shots and play great defense. He's up to 6, 5 rebounds to go along with it.
Again, filling in for Howie Fleming, out today for UNLV. 9 to shoot. Moore gets downhill, ripped away by UNLV. Rebs with numbers hanging, and a foul. Brown will go to the line. Euro stepping his way through the paint.
Yeah, that was tough. The little fake pass. The Euro step, that was pretty from Walter Brown. Again, he's a shooter, but can attack closeouts and get in transition. Henley incredulous at the call, maybe a little bit of a bailout, didn't have to foul him. That was going to be tough. And then right here, hand was up from Owusu Anane. Understand the scouting report, but doesn't matter too much for Walter Brown.
Knocks the first one through. Brown, 11 out of 16 from the free throw line this year.
You know, when I hear Walter Brown, I do not think New Zealand. While we're on the topic of names.
No, I wouldn't think that either. You're right. But that's where he's from, the Kiwi.
Oh, the Kiwi.
6'5", 210 from New Zealand. There's one returning player for this UNLV team, and that was Bernarbi. Williams on the floor with 4 fouls for GCU. Henley trying to shake free. Henley hangs, no good. Good transition defense from GCU.
See the bodies when Henley tries to get in the paint. 3 UNLV bodies.
Step back 3, Cunningham, no good from Nas. Henley tracks down another rebound. 8 boards for Henley. And a blocking foul go against Brown. Lead is back up to 9. It was as little as 4 a couple of moments ago.
It's a mistake by Walter Brown, but a great job by Brian Moore Jr. pushing the pace right there. And it's really just a natural reaction by Brown with his 4th foul to wall up in transition and show bodies. But he leaves Henley Moore Jr. realizes it, gets it to him quick, opens up that lane, and back to the line he goes.
Henley knocks down another free throw. Foul trouble, to say the least, for UNLV. They've got 3 players with 4 fouls. As Brown goes to the bench. 4 with 4 fouls, excuse me. Williamson, Hamilton, Brown, and Steffen. Demerol tries to keep it alive. Ball's still loose. UNLV got it. And a foul away from the basketball as Moore was trying to stay with Gibbs. Lawhorn grabbed him. Second on Moore.
Yeah, great job by Gibbs Lawhorn right there.
There's the foul trouble.
UNLV already down 3 starters to injury from the start of the season. Thin bench, and now you look there. There's not a lot of option. Keep an eye on Jacob Barnaby, Benarby. He's got his hands on his knees right now, and there's not a lot of help coming.
Well, they're going to have to ride him as long as that saddle fits.
You saw again, GCU adjusted again on Gibbs Lawhorn with that back screen and pin down, started switching it now instead of top locking.
Green for 3. Short. Owusu Anane pulls it down. It's a foul on Benarby. That'll be his 3rd, and Owusu Anane on the floor again. He was the guy who got hit in the face by Kamani Hamilton for a flagrant 1 earlier, and now, after a floor burn, he's going to head over to the other side of the floor and shoot free throws.
And there's a little inexperience starting to show. Benarby, keep an eye on that. His 3rd foul. He cannot get his 4th. But again, you send Owusu Anane to the free throw line. 70% on the season, but he's had his touch all night long.
Two out of 3 at the free throw line so far today. Another double-double for him as he knocks the first one through. 5th double-double of the season. Again, if this game comes down to free throws, and it will eventually, with Grand Canyon already in the double bonus, they shoot 75% from the free throw line. Back down to a 6-point game. UNLV led by 10 at the break. Green pull-up jumper's good. That was smooth.
That was very smooth. Al Green, 67% of his shots are from 3, but the stroke is just as pretty even when it's inside the arc. Tough over the outstretched arm of Demerol.
Williams driving. Williams, a wild shot. Green fouled him. Williams will go to the line. Al Green, silky smooth stroke here from inside.
Yeah, Al Green coming in, giving good minutes. Got ran off the line earlier, gets an assist, and here now, the pause, little pause right there. Realize the defender's going over, getting the mid-range. Says, hey, come here, Demerol, let's stay together. UNLV up 8.
Let's get in the Wayback Machine. The running Rebels with Tark. What a show that they would put on night in, night out. Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon and company. Oh, what a program back in the late 80s and early 90s. 1990 national champs. Final 4, a couple of years in a row. A 12-point lead right now for UNLV. Josh Pastor trying to get this program back to where it was. And, a group that has been a winning record. 61 of their 67s prior to this year. As you take a look at Dre, Gibbs, Lawhorn, and what he's done so far today, following up 28 points against Fresno State with 27 so far this afternoon.
Yeah, averaging 27 over his last 2, 25 of his last 6 now. Quiet in this second half. But again, on that last possession, got back to some of that first half magic, gets the switch. He's had his way in the paint. and he's been patient. GCU done a great job at adjusting, but down the stretch, I think they're just going to have to put him in high ball screens, forget all the moving around, and just let him make plays.
GCU just 2 for their last 12 from the floor.
That's UNLV's defense has been outstanding. The fouling has been there as it has all year, especially here in the second half. But aside from that, been tremendous in the half court.
Williams for 3, no good. Got it back. Stromer tries his hand at a 3. That's short. Saved by Owusu Anane. Into the corner, Williams with a reset. Williams now goes baseline, and it's ripped away by Cunningham.
Cunningham comes with the help of Narby, 2 times on that possession, switches on to Makai Williams and does a fantastic job. Josh Passer talked about rim possession, but these undersized bigs for UNLV doing a great job guarding out on the floor.
Jalen Cunningham off the bench with some quality minutes. Al Green has been unbelievable too.
He has.
Green's got it. Green lost it on the way up. And a blocking foul is going to be called. I think they'll get Brian Moore. They will. And that's his 3rd.
Right on cue, Al Green continues his stellar play. Again, known as a 3-point shooter, but that's the 2nd or 3rd time where he's put it on the deck, got in the paint, and made a play. It's got to be exciting for Running Rebel fans just to see all the injuries, all the foul trouble right now. They are deep in this bench against a really good Grand Canyon team, getting a lot of production and a lot of disciplined, stellar play.
Again, playing without Howie Fleming today, playing without Tyron Jones. They've been out Laji Dembele all year long. And look how different this team would have been if he's on the floor.
Miles Che, another guy, point guard, the presumed starting point guard. Imagine him. He had a great year last year, went to the NIT tournament. Him and Gibbs Lawhorn in this backcourt could be really something special. And then you mentioned Dembele. Think about the depth they'd have at that 4-5 spot. Tyron Jones, another guy, didn't even get to mention him. So they got a lot of talent sitting over there on that bench. A lot of talent out on this floor as well.
Green with a couple of free throws. Extends that lead to 14. GCU trying to cut into it. Looking for a big win. They came into this game just a game and a half back of first place. Moore driving, knifing through, and a foul. They'll get Green. He thought he had good defense. Instead, a personal. 2nd for Green. Emotions are running high here in Las Vegas. 14-point lead for UNLV here at home, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak.
Coming up on Fox College Hoops Extra, Indiana won't let its bubble burst in Bloomington. Darren Peterson adds another huge dunk to his highlight reel. And the #1 team in the nation looks to get to 23-0. Of course, I'm talking about Arizona. And Miles, I know you love that. See you and Jeff after the game.
Appreciate you, Mike. Game summary brought to you by Progressive. It's slam dunk savings today. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn with 27 points, his 10th game of 20 or more points. Largest lead of 16 for UNLV, and they're trying to put the finishing touches on GCU right now and send the Havocs home sad in their buses back to Arizona.
Yeah, it would be a long ride. Something tells me that even if this loss happens, those kids are not going to be sad on that bus ride. They're having a lot of fun up there, but of course be disappointed from a little bit, but I'm sure they'll find some joy.
I mean, for GCU, they've gone 2 for the last 15 from the floor. They haven't scored in almost 3 minutes of game time. This is game 3 of our quadruple header on Fox today. Big one coming up tonight in the Big Ten Conference.
GCU has had some serious droughts in this game. 0 for their last 7, 2 of their last 15 from the floor. Moore Jr. misses another free throw. We talked about the free throw battle, which they've won in this second half. 20-29 now, but they've lost every other battle. Only 2 points from turnovers to UNLV's 11 points in the paint, second chance, bench, and fast break.
Ratcheting up the pressure in the backcourt. Gibbs Lawhorn having some trouble with it. Got to get it across, and does to Brown. Just does beat the 10-second time. Green, floater, got it. Green off the bench with 11.
Al Green just with a sweet touch right there. That is not an easy shot. Oh, floater high and soft.
Just his 4th game in double figures. Demerol in the paint for 2. And a turnover. Unforced error by UNLV. That is their 9th turnover in the game, 7th of this second half.
And this is where you think about Isaac Williamson. How long does Coach Passner keep him over there? Kamani Hamilton going to check in.
He's got 4 guys on his bench, now 3 with 4 fouls. Brown is on the floor with 4 fouls, and Hamilton joins him.
Cunningham, the youngster, West Orange, New Jersey. He'll learn from that. Just a little skittish with the rock right there.
Stromer driving. Green altered it enough. Green may have got a shot to that face mask and keeps adjusting it. Nice pick and roll, and the dunk for Hamilton.
That is super impressive. Hamilton checks back in. One of his strengths, it's Coach Passer yelling, get back. One of his strengths handling the ball. Bernarby out on the perimeter, pulls away Demerol, and the paint's wide open. Just a quick give and go.
Love the dunk. Get back on defense. Henley, tough shot, knocks it down. Henley just his 3rd make of the game from the floor.
It could be a little too late right there, and you'll live with that if you're UNLV.
Gibbs Lawhorn, oh, he went up top. No whistle. Henley behind the back. Henley driving right hand and 1. Jaden Henley trying to put the Lopes on his back.
And that is as good as a turnover right there if you're Dre Gibbs Lawhorn. Again, you want to rock the rim, you want to take the crowd down and put an emphatic exclamation point. But you're going against Demerol. He denies it, and that opens up this. Henley in the open court where he's at his best. Only 5 fast break points up until then. But you don't want to open that up. Take your time if you're UNLV. No need. You got your foot on their neck. You don't got to put them through the floor. Just kind of keep it there.
Williamson checks back in. Brown just picked up his 5th foul. So he's done for the day. Henley with a double-double. Three-point opportunity to cut it to a 10-point deficit with 2:04 to go. And Henley converts. He's 5 out of 7 from the free throw line this afternoon. Looking for turnovers. GCU unable to get it. Under 2 minutes to play. UNLV trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Gibbs Lawhorn out to Williamson, 5 to shoot. Williamson bleeds in. Williamson got rid of it, turned it over. A lot of time ticked away, but no points. Williams fouled by Hamilton, and he's done. That's his 5th.
Not a challengeable foul right there, although Kamani Hamilton may have a point. Makai Williams definitely grabbed him, but Hamilton puts his arm out first right there, right into his chest. That's just a heads-up play from Makai Williams. Crafty, see that all the time in the NBA. James Harden, whoever it may be, you're going to put your arm in that cookie jar. I'm gonna trap it in here and go to this free throw line.
1:29 to go in the game. Hamilton's out. Brown is out. First free throw down for Williams. 4 for 7 from the free throw line today. Made them both. The lead is down to 8.
Most importantly, you lose a ball handler right there in Hamilton. Back in the freshman, Cunningham, who just turned it over.
Gibbs Lawhorn's going to try and bleed this clock as much as he can. If you were going to foul, you should have done it a long time ago if you're GCU.
Yeah, I think you let this pull and play out. Try and get one more stop. Gibbs Lawhorn has to make this play. Ball can't come out of your hands.
Well, Williams has 4 fouls. Gibbs Lawhorn threw it away. There's your stop. 1:04 to play.
You get a quick score, get to the free throw line here. Be aware of Owusu Anane. They're going downhill. UNLV, if they fall asleep, be ready to spray it out. UNLV has to go to a single high to open up space for Gibbs Lawhorn.
Under a minute to play. Henley to the outside. Williams. Now Demerol. Williams through the screen from the elbow. Jumper good. 6-point game. 46.8 to go.
You see right here, get 2 traps. And then if you can't get it, then you can foul.
UNLV with 2 timeouts. They break the press. Gibbs Lawhorn pulls it out. And a foul on Moore. 40.7 to go from Moore. That's his 4th.
That's not the guy you want to foul. Gibbs Lawhorn, 81%. He dribbled in, had him on that sideline. Should have trapped him, kept him over there. Got it out of his hands and forced one of these more inexperienced running Rebel players to make free throws.
And a timeout on the floor. UNLV with a 6-point lead right now and a timeout used. UNLV has 2 left. Grand Canyon has 1 to go. Again, foul trouble mostly for UNLV. 2 have already fouled out in Brown and Hamilton. Williamson and Steffen each with 4. We haven't seen Steffen since the early going in the second half. And Makai Williams sitting with 4 for Grand Canyon, the only person really in foul trouble. Moore just picked up his 4th.
Walter Brown, senior, extremely experienced. Kamani Hamilton, senior, extremely experienced. Still have Al Green out there, who's shown his veteran presence. But again, you got to go with Nas Cunningham. It's got to be on Gibbs Lawhorn here to coach him up defensively. Right there on the other end, Jaden Henley missed an opportunity. Even though GCU scored, he should have attacked the freshman as soon as he had the chance. GCU, get it out of the net. You can still get 2s, push it fast. Again, if Owusu Anane is there for a 3, try and find him.
Gibbs Lawhorn trying to put this one to bed. 27 points. Had 33 earlier this year against Boise State. He's over 20 for the 5th time in 6 games. Knocks the first one down. That's a big first one. Can UNLV trying to climb their way back to 500? They would be 500 in conference play with this win. 11-12 overall. 2 free throws for Gibbs Lawhorn, giving him 29 in the game. A 10.5-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Owusu Anane, they got to get going. Williams for 3. That's good. And a timeout used by GCU. Their last.
Yeah, a little extracurricular right there from Williams and Gibbs Lawhorn after the play, but they try to get Owusu Anane right there. A quick 3. Good job by Cunningham being aware, but it's Gibbs Lawhorn who kind of falls asleep right there. Kai Williams is 31% from 3, 26 on the catch and shoot, but hits a big one right there.
So 29.2 to go. Again, you have time to go for a steal if you want to, but I would assume the Grand Canyon's going to start fouling here pretty quickly.
It depends on who catches the ball. If Gibbs Lawhorn is the first one to catch it, then I think you go for a trap and force it into someone's hands before you foul, especially if it's Nas Cunningham, one of the youngsters. He threw it away earlier, try and fluster him. But you definitely got to go for 1 steal at least before you foul.
At this point, if you're a UNLV fan, How do you get the last game out of Fresno State out of your mind where things went so haywire late in the ball game?
As a fan, you don't. But as a player,
right,
you put the ball in the hands of the guys you trust. Right now, that's Al Green, that's Drake Gibbs-Lawhorn. The ball cannot come out of their hands as good as Nas Cunningham's been at times. Not the greatest free throw shooter on the season, but those are your vets.
Again, no timeouts left for Grand Canyon. UNLV has 2. Gibbs-Lawhorn going over to the officials saying, hey, listen, I got scratched on that last play. Look, he drew blood. Makai Williams going over to him saying, come on, man, we're all good.
Yes. What'd you say earlier? Nothing but a flesh wound, man.
Yeah, it's a flesh wound.
Playing.
Step number 1, get it in bounds. And we got a tie-up. A tie-up, and the possession arrow is to Grand Canyon. There's the turnover.
Oh, a mistake there by Drake Gibbs-Lawhorn. Just puts the ball over his head. And you're 6'1". You got a Owusu Anane over there. He's 6'7". You got to turn, pivot, shield the ball. Also, I got to retract. Nas Cunningham is an 80% free throw shooter. He's inbounding it there, presumably to get the ball back to him if they do foul.
Demeral's got it. They get it to Henley. Henley trying to get downhill. Henley fouled. He'll go to the line. But Narby picks up his 4th.
Yeah, that's a mistake right there. UNLV, just a really nice design from Coach Drew. Henley throws it in and goes for the handoff. Absolutely no reason to chase over that screen or even really switch in that scenario. Henley gets downhill. Tough Euro.
Henley knocks the first one through. Henley 6 out of 8 from the free throw line. And UNLV uses one of their 2 final timeouts.
Coach Pastner going to go to his drawing board right here. This inbound coming up is essential, but also be aware, Henley, 77% free throw shooter. Let's go back to Owusu Anane, one of the best offensive rebounders in the country after free throws.
Such an obscure stat that you found too.
Yeah, you know, I just be combing the internet. Got to shout out my man Nick Canova. He's always helping me with that.
Feel like the statistician for John Gordon in Little Big League. All right, foul trouble. Again, 2 players have fouled out for UNLV. 4 fouls for Williams and more for Grand Canyon. I think Jordan Taylor's got a foul that he could give if he needs to.
I don't know if I'd be able to catch any of these dudes, man. Pull something.
Just throw your body. Turned out to be a great game. Again, UNLV led by as many as 16 at one point. Grand Canyon starting to climb their way back. They've been within 4 a couple of different times, trying to make it a 3-point game with 23.8 seconds to go. And Henley does it. Gibbs-Lawhorn to be the inbounder, and now they'll run the route, and almost a turnover. Green is fouled. And that got a little dicey there for UNLV.
Gibbs-Lawhorn zigged. Oof. Nas Cunningham zagged. Thankfully, he got some stickum on those hands. That was turnover waiting to happen. I'm not entirely sure how he got that back. And Al Green was going to throw that ball up to Jacob Benarby, who's only a 60% free throw shooter. So I think that's also right there, man. Gibbs-Lawhorn just puts a paw on that and corrals it.
A couple of seconds elapsed as Green is at the line. Makes the first. 2-possession game. A 4-point lead. Green with 12. Sacramento, California native. Transfer from Louisiana Tech in double figures for just the 4th time this year. Makes 2 massive free throws. He's been awesome in the second half as Jalen Cunningham will come in. Not yet. He was ready to come in. Josh Pastor said not yet. So Williams has it. Time winding down for the Lopes. Nwosu Anane for three. Knocks it down. It's a 2-point game with 12 seconds to go.
Nwosu Anane should have shot the first one, still makes it.
And I believe they're going to look at the shot clock and make sure that they have the right timing down. And now the officials are stopping play for a moment, I think, to confirm whether or not you can go back and forth. Yeah, they put a couple of ticks back on that shot clock. We're all right. And then they confirmed that UNLV can still run the baseline. So 12 seconds. Al Green's got it. Green got a tie up. It's UNLV basketball. And 3 seconds came off the clock.
3 seconds came off the clock, and Al Green knew that they had the possession arrow, so no panic there. Smart play by him, but now for UNLV, got to protect the ball.
Out of bounds play for UNLV. They throw it, and it's saved in bounds. What a huge play by Bernarbi. And UNLV is fouled.
Yeah, Jeff, they got to go look at the clock. Not enough time came off.
Yeah, there was a lot of time that elapsed once the first touch was made right there. Oh, yeah, there is so much time. They stopped the clock. There should be about 3 seconds left, tops.
At least 6 seconds left on the clock. 3 seconds ran off right there. But you talk about that Fresno State game and fans creeping. That looked like almost a repeat right there.
Oh, the underhand pass. Is it going to go out of bounds?
Jacob Bernarbi saves the day right there.
So they're going to take a look and see how much time should be on that clock. Maybe 3 seconds. I mean, this could take some time here to figure out how much time is left.
Those size 16s or whatever Jacob Bernarbi had on. He got skinny on that baseline right there.
He's been incredible today. See how much time. I mean, again, the clock starts and then it stops almost immediately, and then it starts again. I mean, that's at least 5 seconds, right?
It's a lot of time that has to come off. At the crib, too. You know, they got to start that thing when the ball's in the air, right?
Right, one would think. Get that timer. So right now it's 8.3. Shuttling back and forth with the replays. UNLV fans jonesing for a win. Take one any way they can get it.
See what we come up with here. This is one of my rule changes right here. They should just let us decide how much time is on. We're watching. We got the monitor covered over here. I'll let you know.
I mean, we can go old school. You got a stopwatch on you?
Stopwatch. I'm going 6.3 right here.
6.3.
But a big call here because every second obviously matters right here.
Yes, it does. Every single second. Again, we got to take a look. And does he stay in bounds here? Yes, that's clear. Nice play by Bernarbi. All right, let's see. I'm going to start my watch here. And, okay, tick, 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 tick. Foul there. That's at least 4 seconds off the clock, just by my math.
That is stellar arithmetic right here. And for the people at home, Jeff has his abacus out.
I did. I had just under 4 seconds of elapsed time. All right, so the officials will put how much on the clock. Right now it looks like 5.2.
After review, the clock failed to start properly. The correct time on the game clock is 5.2 seconds. The result of the play is a foul on Grand Canyon 31. UNLV 12 will shoot 2 shots for the bonus.
All right, so they'll put Williamson at the line. If he makes them both, this becomes extremely difficult for GCU. Williamson, 68% free throw shooter. Makes the first.
Williamson knocked that down with confidence, the freshman. Didn't even think twice. If you miss here, certainly UNLV will look to foul. Wanted to in that game against Fresno State, just didn't get the opportunity to. That is Coach Passner's strategy, to foul up 3.
Williamson knocked them both through. The freshman gives UNLV a 4-point lead. Henley's got it. Henley driving. Henley with the layup. 0.6 on the clock. UNLV's got to get it inbounds. And they do. And the Rebels have snapped their 4-game losing streak. UNLV with an 80-70.